Why not? Why not just try it and just see if it works? Let me begin this by saying hello, good evening. I hope this works. I guess that's the best thing that I could say. Hey, it's Friday evening, 8:41 p.m. my time as I begin this, Eastern Standard Time. And it took me 40 minutes trying to get this damn computer to work. No bullshit. Anytime I turn this damn thing off and then try to turn it back on and it stays off for at least a day or so, this thing is like trying to start anything that just doesn't want to start well. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to you guys for taking the time to rock with me on this. I've titled this thing, I don't even know, After Prison Show Live Show, Friday Night and Why No Uploads. When I tell you it's not for a lack of filming, yo, we've been filming like crazy as of late. We got a ton of videos. We got the movie almost ready to go. So much stuff. I list that just a little bit. So much stuff in the Bammer ready to rock and roll, man. And the problem is there just ain't enough time in the day. Your boy has been burning it at both ends, and I'm not talking about no illicit substances neither. I'm up at the ass crack of dawn trying to edit anything that I can get edited, and then it's off to the races for the rest of the day trying to get things filmed. But anywho, enough about all of that. We'll chit-chat about that up in this. This computer is certainly on its last leg. But man, hey, I hope you guys have had a great one. Thank you for tuning in on this thing. It's definitely not the most opportune time to be doing this. I see JD Delay is live right now, like not trying to take any people away from him. And I figured he was going to go live on Friday night too. I was like, man, I haven't had a chance to say anything, do anything. This was the only time that I had. I haven't been able to do the live streams like I wanted to be able to do them on Wednesday or today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I find myself getting in where I can fit in right this second with so much that I want to share with you guys. Curtis, shout out to you for being number one up in here. Mullins, what's going on with you? Number two, Tony, number three. Philly Dogs, number four. RC, shout out to you. And to all the channel members here on After Prison Show, a very special shout out to you. I promise when I tell you, oh, man, we got some stuff on the way. The movie is as close as it's ever going to be right this second. It's so close to being done. There's only a little bit of stuff I've got left to do with it, so it is my hope to get this thing up this weekend. The movie is called Prison Dream. It's all I could come up with. The title doesn't even matter. I think the story, is where it's at, man. Patriot Red says it's hot out here, man. It is blazing in my shed. I'm fucking sweating out here. I got the AC cranked all the way up, and it ain't doing enough. So yeah, man. Shout out to you guys being up in here. Josh, I see you right there. What's going on with you? Happy late 4th. Hope you guys had an awesome 4th of July. I ain't really do a whole hell of a lot. We watched fireworks. My son got to watch the fireworks. That was pretty cool. But I do hope that you guys had an awesome one. James says, Joe got the camera glued to his hand lately, boy. Man, I'm going to tell you. We've been working with Banky. We've been working with everybody. We did the golfing video with Rabbit and Jellico. I thought that was a super cool video. We got so much that we're going to be working on for this upcoming week. But I need to tell you, man, change is about to come down the pike, and we're going to have to adapt. We're going to have to adapt, man. It is a totally different world here in the social media game. That little break that I took, thinking that I wasn't coming back to do this no more, and then I did come back and see that this whole thing is turned upside down on its head, and I don't like it. I'm not talking about the fact that there's probably at this point, as you're watching this, 1 million prison YouTube channels out there or prison social media personalities out there. I'm not talking about nothing in relation to that. Kudos to them all. The more the merry. Everybody's got a story to share. But what I am talking about is the fact that, man, YouTube is a totally different world these days. And we got to, hey, man, we got to get in, man. I almost did this live stream with this camera turned up so that you could be seeing me the long ways, because it's portrait mode and it's short form content. The only way you stand any chance of doing anything here to be relevant. It is so crazy in social media these days. People's attention span, and it's just the world that we live in. It's fast paced. If you don't catch them in the first second, you ain't going to catch them. So I definitely get it. But long form content, it's not the way. And we're starting to figure that out way late. Usually the way that we always do. But trust and believe, we're coming. That's what I should have titled this live stream. We're freaking coming. I see what we got to do. And we on the way. Johnny Ramirez, what's going on with you? I see them Junies right there. I can't pronounce your name. So nice to see you, Joe. Thank you for being up in here. Rosie, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. How you doing? I'm hot and I'm bothered. Mostly by the heat, though. Mostly by the heat. Samuel Views, I saw you said something nice right there. Sorry about that. My little Nightbot that I can't get deactivated now that I've activated it won't stop hitting people, man. Count Dankula, what's going on with you? Anna Marie Cruz, very special shout out to you. Thank you all for taking the time, man. I don't got my headphones hooked up to this. And if you're just joining me, man, it took me 40 minutes to get this computer to boot up. No bullshit. It would just spaz out and not do nothing and just spin the little wheel talking about please wait, and I had to cut it off and cut it back on and cut it off and cut. I did that 5 times before I finally got to a point where the computer was up and running, and of course it wiped out everything like it normally does. But oh well. Pretty soon, Joe ain't gonna be worried about no computer no more. I'll be doing everything from the phone. Curtis says, I thought Joe abandoned this channel again. Curtis, get up out of here with your hurt feelings, man. I'm back, okay? And I'm back for blood this time. You better bet it. So yeah, man, like I was saying, the lay of the land is a lot different these days. And we're realizing the short form content is where it is. Could After Prison Show stuff an hour and 5-minute video into 60 seconds? I don't necessarily know if that could be done. But I mean what I tell you when we understand what needs to be done here. So today, we started filming shorts. Never filmed a short, never filmed in vertical mode. It was like trying to talk Chinese. I had no idea what the hell I was doing here. But we start just trying to figure this shit out. How do you film something in 60 seconds, man? That's like that movie Speed. You're racing against the clock to try to get something done. Can you do it? It's a lot of pressure. But anyways, needless to say, we're starting to figure it out. And who knows what it'll be. We had a lot of fun with it today. I'm able to, and that's another thing too, right? I use Sony Vegas, which is Magic Vegas now, to edit my videos. I don't use Adobe. I don't use any of these other things. Even though I've used them, I'm just not as fast with them as I am on this Ancient Aliens software called Vegas. So I realized today we need to start doing these shorts. Like, what can we do? How can we stand out? Can we be relevant? Of course we can, and we will. But not only am I trying to learn how to film in vertical mode today and film shorts today, I also decide if I'm going to do this, I probably need to use an editing software that would help me with this. And everybody talks about this thing called CapCuts. CapCuts, like what the... So I get this thing called CapCuts. I got it on my phone. I got it on the desktop. And this is a brand new editing software. So today, specifically, filming shorts, filming in vertical mode, and learning how to use a brand new software, which I figured it out. Like, I got it now. I'm pretty good with it. I'm good enough. So soon, shorts are coming. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. Goat No, Joe, you edit the long form down to 60 seconds. You don't even have to do that, man. The game is so crazy now. I don't even know if I should be telling you this, but I'm going to tell you anyways. I got CapCuts, which is a good editing software for your phone, for like TikToks and Reels and all that shit. But I also got this AI software. I got a bunch of these things. I can't even remember what the thing's called, like Spike something. I can't remember. But I saw this ad for it, and they were like, hey, you can take long-form videos, upload them to the software, and we're going to go ahead. The AI software is not only going to create shorts for you out of the content, it's going to caption the content. It's going to give you a title for the content. It's going to give you a description for the content. You don't got to do nothing no more. Nothing. I'm sitting here with Jellicoe and Rabbit today. We're filming a bunch of shorts. And we're just going off the cuff. Like, okay, here's the idea. Here's how we're going to do this. Like, let's just see what we can do. We do this for like 2 hours. And Rabbit says, hey, you know, it would probably be better if we like write down some ideas and then, you know, we do those for the shorts. And I was like, yo, that's a really good idea. We could do that. But then I remembered, hey, Ghost Sniper, very special shout out to you right there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm trying to heart that money right there. Give a little thumbs up on that action. Look, I'm going to share something else with you real quick. Let me go to this. All right. Oh, I went to the wrong thing. I'm going to show you how crazy the social media game is. Okay, I can do that right there. Should be good. Hopefully it's good. Let me in. We're in. I'm going to show you how crazy the game is right here, right? We're going to make a video right now, and I'm not going to do anything at all. I'm going to show you how wild the internet is these days. Hey, look, I'm sweating profusely out here. Yo, can I get to the freaking channel? Hey, we're live. Oh, we got an ad on this money too? Okay. I just need the chat. 215 up in here. Hey, man, special shout out to all the people taking the time to rock with old Joe today. Redskin Chris, very special shout out to you for that gift membership right there. Adam, welcome to the club. I'm going to show you how crazy the game is. You really don't have to do anything. And there's certain people, a lot of people, I'm not going to like name drop or anything because I don't necessarily know. But if you're watching shorts, some of these shorts that you're watching are created exactly the way that I'm getting ready to show you. You want to be a content creator? You don't even got to do a damn thing anymore. Hey, Glock, what's going on with you? Watch this. I got this software right here. I'm not going to give this one away. I'm not going to give this one away. But I've used this for many years on YouTube. I think it's right here. Okay. And now all of a sudden, because AI is such a relevant thing, this software, I mean, has incorporated AI to the point where I can generate a video idea. Give me a video idea. Somebody give me a video idea. Right there, Austin. Where's Tom been? Great idea. Where's Tom been? Now, I don't know how in depth this thing is going to go, like weaving through the matrix and the, what's the DNA shit called? Of After Prison Show. But where's Tom been? Hey, Diablo, very special shout out to you. We're going to generate a video idea using the AI software. Watch this. All right. So the first thing that it's going to do is it's going to regurgitate is what it's called. Diablo, very special shout out to you for that again. Thad says Joe does steroids. That's actually a pretty good idea. So here's the title that the AI came up with. Where has Tom been? Question mark. The The mystery of his disappearance finally revealed. Oh, God damn. That's the title right there. It even gives me the description of this money. Join us as we unravel the mystery of Tom's sudden disappearance and find out where he has been all this time. Follow along as we investigate the clues and uncover the truth behind his absence. Don't miss this thrilling revelation. Yeah, Dab says Tom dropped a video yesterday. He literally did. So Tom's nowhere other than working. This thing gives me tags for the videos. It even gives me freaking thumbnails. All of these thumbnails are freaking super AI generic. So there's nothing interesting about that. Aaron says Tom is okay. Tom is okay. And then it gives me the freaking, the script for this video. The hook. I cracked the case on Tom's mysterious disappearance. You won't believe where he's been all this time. Oh, shit. It outlines the video for me. Hook. Begin with a dramatic statement like, have you been wondering where Tom disappeared to? Grab the viewer's attention. If I wanted this thing to, it would literally write out an entire fucking script. And if I wanted it to, I can go all the way down to the bottom of this, generate script, and then I can get an AI voice to read this shit, and I ain't even got to say a word. Damn, we got another ad on this money. All right, we got the script right here. Hey there, mystery enthusiast. Have you been wondering where Tom disappeared to? Well, today we're finally going to uncover the truth behind his mysterious vanishing. All right. I don't have my headphones, but do you want to hear how this is going to sound? I'm sure you can hear this. Actually, I don't know if you can. Let me make sure that you can. Oh, you can't hear this. Isn't that a bitch? Huh. Device. What the world, boy?
Challenge. Picture this. One day,
there we go.
Tom was here, right, and the next, he was gone without a trace.
Like, I literally wouldn't even have to lift a finger. It'll just do this for me. Let's run it back one time.
Hey there, mystery enthusiast.
Hey there, mystery enthusiast. Have you been wondering where Tom is? Like, this is how crazy social media is these days. You don't even got to do anything. AI will do it all for you. And I'm pretty sure, you could probably get the video to accompany it as well. Alan, thank you for letting me know you can hear it. Dan as well. What's it called? I can't tell you. I can't give this one away. This one is too close to the vest because it gives me a lot more than just that. Now look, we can do something else right here. Watch this. Create. Your daily source of inspiration. Let's go. All right, so it'll give me ideas. Like, let's just say Joe ain't got no ideas, which I got a shit ton of ideas. I haven't even used this at all, not for this particular feature. I use it to, like, help me tag videos. It tries to give me more relevant tags. Unfortunately, that has not worked out for me at all. But it tells me that my topic of the day should be exploring abandoned prisons for hidden secrets. Holy shit. Is that an 1845 Fifi right there? Boy, that joint is an ancient relic. Hey, that joint's like I can't think of like the Da Vinci Code and some of those things that they had in that. Hey, keeping it redneck, what's going on with you? Pleasure to see you up in here, and it was a pleasure to talk with you the other day as well. Inmate pen pal culture explored. We're actually doing a deep dive on that here on After Prison Show. But yeah, this was pretty cool. Oh, so here was my one of my ideas that I saved. We're gonna get back into telling prison stories, but with a major twist. So what if we told prison stories? Hear me out now. Oh, this is going to sound so horrible when I say this. And we made them all up. Literally, like, as we went, we were just making this shit up. And I hope that you won't be shocked by that, because you got to imagine somebody, somewhere, out there is doing just that. I'm not, sitting here throwing any shade. I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Somebody's probably doing it. So with this AI software, I've told probably most all of my prison stories. Or have I? Did I ever tell you about the time that I went on a prison tour and stole $1 million from an inmate? What the? What? Hey, yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. Hey, look, today we're going to get back to telling some prison stories. Yeah, I forgot about this one. I forgot about that time that I went on a prison tour, but I ain't talking about like no Bon Jovi. I went all over the state. And you see, this one time I ended up at this place where some kind of a way, this one particular prisoner had $1 million. Folks, stay with me here because we are going to get to some really interesting shit. I forgot about something that I do want to share with you. The Clutch says AI prison date videos. There's so much that we could do with this. Aaron says ghost stories about prison. Very good idea right there. I've got an even better one. And I'll share that with you in just a little bit. Ja Ruler, hit that like button, you slimy bastards. I don't know why that comment got shadow banned, but I just approved that right there. Dab Marino says them colors don't run. Did I tell you about the time that I went on a prison tour and stole $1 million from an inmate? Let's run that shit back right there. Continue. Oh, wait, they gave me a couple of other ideas for videos, too. I went on a prison tour hosted by an inmate. He gave me a Snickers bar, and let's just say he wanted that shit back in blood, literally. I went on a prison tour as an inmate. Look, here's my idea. I disguised myself as a prisoner and snuck into a prison. You know, like those 24-hour Walmart challenges? Hear me out now. After Prison Show, man, we got a lot of life left in us, man. I hate to make this analogy right here, man, but we like, oh boy, we like Jesus. Jesus died, didn't Jesus like rise after the third day? They thought he was dead, right? Yeah, man, hey, we the Holy Grail up in this joint. Watch what I tell you, we coming back. All right, let's continue with this idea. We went on a prison tour and stole $1 million from an inmate. Let's see what happens there. Oh, they gave me a thumbnail. It's super generic. Looks like a scene from the GTA roleplay game that we used to do. Okay, here we go. It's giving me the script for this thing. And I'm even going to get it to read it to y'all. I could literally take a nap on this and literally get this AI to just read y'all prison stories. Rock Joe to sleep now. Oh, shit, I just missed something right there. I damn sure did, man. Shout out to that 6 months right there that I missed. And I'm trying to find it. Oh, I can just click on it. Hey, Kimberly, very special shout out to you. Never take the candy bar. You better bet it. Oh, I can click on this one too? Damn, I didn't know I could click on this one. I got to read this before I start howling off about it. Papa's Bopping. Yo, Joe, love the videos. You should get a former guest of the show to stay the night at an old haunted prison. I know there's one in Ohio. I mean, shit, I'd love to go do that too, though. I would really love to go do that. But awesome ideas right there. Benito, what's going on with you? Any update from Danny? Absolutely not. I saw that there was a fan of After Prison Show who tried to make a video about Danny, trying to smoke him out, so to speak. I just hope wherever he's at, he's okay, man. I hope the best for everybody. I'm not going to get all wild like I used to be. If I ever got an opportunity to reconnect with Danny, it would be an interesting sit down for sure. I think the first question that I would ask him would be, yo, why in the fuck did you let some randos pick you up off the street and take you to go film a video just straight talking shit about me? Like, was it their idea? Because I know it wasn't your idea. Oh, shit, there's Danny right there, man. We got like, I don't even know the YouTube channel that did this. They were like just some small YouTube channel or whatever. But man, I will never forget the day when I woke up to a bombardment of social media messages talking about, damn, Joe, you see that video with Danny? I thought they were bullshit. I was like, what video are they talking about? This was like 2 years later, since the last time that we had done anything, maybe a year later. And I go watch this shit, and I am just, I like to say shocked. I definitely was shocked. I made a comment to somebody today, as a matter of fact, that nothing shocks or surprises me anymore. But back then, I definitely was shocked by that. And then I hated the fact that I had to, go as hard as I did on him in that clapback video. But the crazy thing about it was after that, there was never nothing else. And that's the part that was really crazy to me. All right, let me share with you what this AI software has written for a prison story for us to share. The video title would be called AI Created This, by the way, if you're just joining me. I went on a prison tour and stole $1 million from an inmate. Did he have this in his commissary box in his locker? Did you somehow gain access while locked up to bank account and routing numbers? Because this is a pretty far-fetched title right here. The hook. Begin by sharing that you went on a prison tour, not as a visitor, but as an inmate. Introduction. You know what? I don't even care about none of this. Write me the script. Continue. All right. Write the script. Save the blueprint. No, man. I need you to write the script. Save the blueprint. Download. Oh, no. You got to write the script for this. It won't write the script. All right. Well, it says, introduction. Explain the unique experience of being on a prison tour from the perspective of a prisoner. It sucks. That's about the best that I can tell you. Presentation of problem/challenge. Discuss the challenges and emotions you faced during the prison tour. Did I ever tell you about the time that I couldn't doo-doo for 2 weeks? Just because I felt like everybody was watching me. That was a real problem and struggle that I had right there. It felt like I was having a baby up in that joint when I finally could use the restroom. Y'all ever had that happen? Oh, God. In some prisons, there is zero privacy. And if you've got any type of stage fright or, a customization to personal space, you go into the wrong place thinking you're about to have any of that. Now, the ironic thing is, I know that may sound like unbelievable right there, but the ironic thing is that once you finally become used to it, in my particular case, I couldn't use the restroom without somebody being in there with me, holding a full-blown intellectual deep dive conversation. It was like a Joe Rogan podcast up in that bitch. I just couldn't do it. So that was a definite problem and struggle for me right there. Exploration and development. Detail the interaction with actual inmates and the insights gained from the experience. Where is this going to get into I stole $1 million from a prisoner? Climax. Key moments. Share the most impactful moment or realization you had during the tour. Again, we're not going anywhere near this $1 million situation. Conclusion and summary. Summarize the overall experience and the lessons learned from the prison tour. Call to action. Encourage viewers to share their thoughts on the video and subscribe for more unique content. This is not unique at all. AI created this. AI is trying to mind fuck you here into thinking that there's anything unique about this. Oh boy, that chat is a rolling right there. All right, let me save the battery on my phone right here. Boy, man, hey, damn, that thing is moving. I know it's not in real time, but I just clicked back over to the page, so it reminds me of the days when the chat actually used to move like that. All right, let me get up into these comments real quick. BC says that channel had 1.8 million subs now. What channel is that? Are you talking about the channel that did the video with Danny? Because if you are, damn, I'd like to check them out. Maya, what's going on? You could get AI to digitally animate your stories now. That would be something. I don't know the first thing about that, but if that's a possibility, that would be what's up. Yo, I was about to say. I thought the magnetic pillow up here just fell off. Folks, I'm getting ready to share with y'all one of a bunch of really crazy things that we got coming for After Prison Show. And I'm trying to think how much I actually want to get into this. Amazing 3DG. Yo, man, that was incredible right there. Thanks for what you do. Yo, thank you for what you just did right there. You literally just made my whole night right there. I appreciate that. For you, let me go ahead and talk about something more serious, and that is one of the new things that we're getting ready to do on After Prison Show. I've been working with Banky as of late. We're back together. We're going to be doing a lot of things. Him on After Prison Show, me helping him with his YouTube channel. That's the tit for tat we're going to do right there. The last video that I did with Banky, which was the first video in a long time, we filmed a couple more videos since then, but I haven't had a chance to get them edited just yet. You'll be seeing those soon. But in that first video, the topic came up again, Banky's name, and the misconception that his name is Xavier Golden Tate, which is a horrible guy that got released around the same time that Banky did. And people were thinking that that's who Banky was. This guy's name was so notorious for the fact that he made Parole. He had killed 2 elderly people with a hammer. This guy Xavier Golden Tate did, and somehow he made Parole. Well, when we talked about that in that first video, I was telling Banky, I was like, man, I'm going to go try to find this guy. So, of course, I go try to find him locked up. I can't find anything about him being locked up. I figured maybe he wouldn't last too long out here. You know, that was just me stereotyping because of his charges or whatever. A guy who served a lot of time doesn't really, not all the time, is going to stand that great of a chance being successful after prison, especially if the possibility is there that they don't have outside support. Don't know what dude's situation was at all, but, you know, he's not locked up again. Hey, Scott, man, a very special shout out to you for those 10 gift memberships right there. Y'all, welcome to the club, and a very special shout out to Scott. And again, a very special shout out to Amazing 3DG. Dude, I'm just blown away by that right there, man. That was really kind of you. All right, long story short, let me go ahead and get to where I'm going to. So I was doing my deep dive, trying to find any information I could about this guy. Can't find anything. Can't even find the news story that I ran across a couple of years ago when he made the news, and the parole situation made the news because there was a lot of controversy about a lot of people being released who maybe they shouldn't have been, and his name was one of them. Not Banky's, but this Xavier Golden Tate guy's. So I go look at the parole board information, and you can find this. It's very easy to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up right now so that we can talk about it here. All right. What I found when I started looking at this was more interesting than anything in relation to trying to find this Golden Xavier Tate guy. I'm going to go to 2024. I'm going to go to the latest month that they have information about, and that is May. So it's July right now. And right now I'm pulling up May 2024 Virginia DOC parole. Parole decisions for May 2024 with reasons is how this is labeled. Now, okay. Okay, I found what I'm looking for right here. I'm going to need to pull my phone up so I can talk with y'all while doing this. Trust me, y'all about to find this interesting as well. Sci-Fi Nation, what's going on with you? Been watching for 5 years, Joe. First time catching a live, kicking the bobo. Love for you, buddy, and keep up the great work. Hey, man, shout out to you. Thank you for rocking with me for 5 years. And it's awesome to have you up in this live stream. Not normally the time that I would do this, but I haven't had any other time, and I wanted to be able to do this to let you guys know that I've been working heavy on content, and there's a lot of good things coming, especially what I'm getting ready to talk about right here. And I'm glad I get to do this live. As I'm getting ready to share with you this, I want you to think about Danny, for example. I want you to think about Banky. I want you to think about Jew-Man. I want you to think about Darnell Phillips. All big names on After Prison Show who all served an ass load of time. Danny serving the most time, 40 years. Banky serving the second most time, 33 years. Jew-Man serving, I believe, 28 years. Darnell Phillips serving 27 years. Those are all football numbers to be serving in the prison system. What I ran across on the Virginia Parole Board decisions for May 2024 blew my effing mind. You've got the names of the people who went up for parole this month, which is anybody who's eligible for it. And it says, you know, what their charge is, how much time they've served, and whether or not they were granted parole. Now, usually the way that this thing starts off is the first couple of pages or the first, handful of names are the people who were granted parole. For example, and ironically, okay, so let me just get up into this. So you got this first guy. He's going for a violation hearing. He violated his parole. This guy made parole, and he violated his parole, 67 years old. He goes to his violation hearing, and the decision is to continue on parole. So whatever he violated his parole for, they weren't going to lock him back up. He was able to continue on parole. But here's the crazy thing about this first guy. The charges that he was incarcerated for was first-degree homicide. His sentence was life. He was originally incarcerated 1978. So put that into perspective for you. What we're going to get into. So again, the first couple of people is whether or not they're going to stay on parole because they violated. Every single one of them was allowed to stay on parole. There was only 3 of them. After that, you've got the next few people, 3 people who were actually granted parole. Don't care nothing about them for this particular topic. Let me go ahead and find what I want to share with y'all. And here we go right here. Let me start with this guy. This guy's name is David Lee Mills. He's 69 years old, white male. I'm just going to give you all the facts that they share in here. And he was locked up for robbery, weapons offense, and weapons offense. 2 weapons offenses and a robbery charge. His eligibility reason is geriatric release, which means that he's old enough to be released because of his age. That doesn't mean that he would be released, but that's just the reason he's eligible for parole. Again, keep in mind, this guy's charges are robbery and 2 weapons offense charges. All right? Do you know that this guy has been locked up for 43 years, 11 months, and 15 days for those charges? And he was not granted parole. Just going to let that one marinate for a moment. Joe Blow says it's past your bedtime, Joe. It is. I might do an all-nighter here, man. We might binge it out. You hear me when I said that? This guy's locked up for robbery, weapons offenses, and a weapons offense. Now, here's the crazy thing. He's been locked up for 43 years, 11 months, and 15 days. He was not granted parole. Here's the other crazy thing to this. Do you know that his original sentence for these charges, whenever he was charged of this, whatever 44 years ago was, you know his original sentence was 13 years for the robbery charge and 1 year apiece for the weapons charges? He got sentenced to 15 years in prison, and he's done more than double that because of shit that he's obviously gotten into while he's been in prison. I was really intrigued by this guy and so many others that I could share with you that I wanted to try to find out more information about this particular guy in question, David Lee Mills. So I go look him up. He's at Red Onion right now, which is the last stop here in Virginia. He had a violent situation. I think he stabbed somebody. He might have even killed somebody. So he's at Red Onion right now. And I could be wrong about this, but I feel like I read something about a violent encounter. I can't remember where I read that. But could you imagine getting sentenced to 15 years knowing you got a release? Like you're going to get out. But you need to keep this in mind as well. When this guy got sentenced to 15 years, 44 years ago, prison was a totally different place than what it is these days. See, these days, prison just ain't hitting the same. Back in the time when this dude got locked up, man, it was either kill or be killed, stab or be stabbed. Like you had to do this shit. And the crazy thing to think about it is you could have a 15-year prison sentence or maybe even less than that. And that's not a guarantee at all that you coming home. In this guy's particular case right here. Now, here is even more to mention in relation to this particular guy right here. Robbery charges, one robbery charge, 2 weapons charges. He gets sentenced to 15 years. He's been locked up right now for 44 years. He's at Red Onion. He had a violent encounter. I read that somewhere. You know why he was not granted parole? This is going to blow your mind right here. The reason that they said he was not granted parole, it says right here, no interest in parole. Could you imagine being in prison so fucking long? Going up for parole every 2 years or every however many years that you're eligible to go up for parole, and you've been shot down so many times that you just ain't even going through it no more. Could you imagine being locked up with a 15-year prison sentence? You've been locked up at this point for 44 years. And I'm not trying to paint this guy out as any kind of a saint. You know, I don't know anything in relation to this dude. And there's some people on this paperwork who have some real bad charges. But this guy doesn't. At least not here not here. But he ain't got no interest in parole. Let me share with you the guy right above him. This guy has been locked up for 31 years, 5 months, 23 days. His charges were first-degree murder, use of a firearm and commission of a felony, robbery of a business with a gun, robbery, use of a firearm, commission of a felony. He got 2 charges of that. He got life for the first-degree murder charge, which back then when you got life, that didn't mean that you were going to do life. 20 years, if you serve 20 years, you could go for parole. 4 years for the firearm charge, life for the robbery of a business with the gun charge. Man, if you go rob a business or a bank or something like that, one of the questions that the prosecutor is going to ask the victim is, at any point were you in fear for your life? And you know damn well you go rob somebody or something with a gun and they ask that question in the courtroom and then people say, yeah, I was scared for my life. you can end up in a situation like this where you're sentenced to life. All of this took place back in 1993. That's when this guy got locked up. He was not granted parole, and they give a way more in-depth answer. I mean, a way more in-depth reason for why he was not granted parole, such as release at this time would diminish the seriousness of the crime. And I need you to keep in mind this too. I don't know how deep we go with all of this, if we go through a lot of these or a few of these or whatever we do here. But when it comes to parole boards denying you for parole, the reason that they deny you, or the answer, or the reasons that they're going to give you or put down on paper are going to be these cookie cutter copy and paste answers like this right here. Release at this time would diminish the serious nature of the crime. That you're going to hear that no matter what. The board concludes that you should serve more time on your sentence prior to being released on parole. Serious nature and circumstances of your offenses. Those were the reasons this particular guy was not granted parole. Let me take a little breather, get up into this comment section real quick and see what you guys have to say about all of this. Shout out to the 314 up in here. Seems like you guys, hopefully you're enjoying this. I think this is super interesting right here. We found the new murder or less right here. Deep diving parole board granted and not granted situations. Left Eye Clips, I defended you on Reddit. They swatted and doxed me. I'm really sorry to hear about that. That Reddit is I'm banned from there, honestly. So I don't even know, man. Andrew, hey man, shout out to you, brother. This is a good friend of mine right here, Andrew Gosselin. Very awesome seeing you up in here, man. I think back to when I first got released from prison. Yo, let me tell you a story about old Andrew and me, man. I've told this story on the channel before, too. But this is an awesome dude right here, man. Good friend of mine. I come home from prison. I ain't got nothing, man. I'm starting After Prison Show. You know, I don't even know if I had started doing these videos yet. I might have. But Andrew, one night, takes me to a casino. And I can't remember how this went down, man. Joe, you know, I had just come home from prison. We go to the damn casino. I'm trying to remember, man, how the hell this went down. Some kind of a way. We're going down this long, dark road, right? We're going out of state. Let me just go ahead and tell the truth here. So for me to go to this casino, I gotta leave the state. We're only going to Maryland. I'm in Virginia, but I'm on probation, and I'm not supposed to leave the state. And that's why this situation happened. I remember this clearly now. I had just come home too. You almost didn't even hear about old Joe. My good friend Andrew, this is a successful guy, man. He's a great dude. Takes me to a casino. You know, he's gonna pay for everything, and he does. But we're going down this long, dark road, and there's this car coming. And I've been in this situation so many times before. It's just you and that car coming right at you. And I'm like, man, I know this is a cop. It was late at night. God, I've been in this situation many times in my life, and sure as shit, it was a cop. And I can't remember why this dude turned around, but he damn sure turned around. Like, I think maybe we were speeding. Maybe that's why this cop turned around. But whatever the case was, the cop turned around, and we got the fuck out of Dodge. As soon as he turned around, boy, we started booking. I think I was even driving the car. I didn't even have a license then. If I can remember this correctly, I didn't have a license. I'm driving the car. I think Andrew was drunk. I'm driving the car. The cop turns around. I haul ass. Joe weren't going back to jail, man. After Prison Show had to be born. We don't get in a high-speed chase. I don't even let it get to that point. I take the first turn that I can. And it was like in some cornfield or some shit like that. And I jump out the car and I am gone. And I'll never forget watching that cop car just go right on past us. Dude wasn't even coming for us. And I'm watching this shit from behind some corn stalk, watching this guy just carry on up the road. In some kind of a way, if I can remember this correctly, I had like one shoe on. I hauled ass so fast up out of that car, I left my shoe behind. And they weren't even coming for us. But Joe was paranoid as a bitch. I'm out of state. I ain't tell my probation officer. I'm driving a car. I ain't got no license. But, you know, I come back to the car, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck Andrew was doing. Andrew didn't even have a clue, right? He was like, what the? Oh, my God, man. You remember that? That shit was wild as a bitch, man. Yo, I'm sweating like I'm up to no good out this bitch, man. Sci-Fi Nation says Shoeless Joe Jackson, man. Hey, Joe wasn't going back to jail. I told that story on After Prison Show, too. And I don't know how in-depth I got with it. Because I was probably still on probation when I told that story. So I probably said that it happened like a long time ago or something like that. But, hey, man, I was gone. Kimberly, a very special shout out to you for that right there. Thank you very much. Let me read this comment right here from Contractor. Joe, is the painting business done? God bless it. I wish that it was, but it's not. We are still painting. I'm not. I ain't touching a brush. I ain't touching nothing. But I do still have my guys working, and I'm just not trying to wrap it all the way up for a number of reasons. I hate being a quitter. Even though I've quit so many things in my life. I probably should have quit this a long time ago. And I'm trying to keep these guys working. You know, they've given me 2 years. And I don't want to just leave them high and dry. But no, the painting business is not over, as much as I hate to say that. James says, I remember that story. Andrew, and you drank my dip. We were in the weeds together. That's... Oh my God, yes, that's right. We're driving down the road. It's this dark ass road. We go to the store. We got a drink. We're way away from the store. I think that's how it went. I went to take a sip of the drink. It wasn't my drink. It was his drink. And Andrew had the chewing tobacco going on. Man, I drank the dip juice. Oh, God. Oh, man. Yes, sir. I definitely will, man. I'm going to send you a message on Facebook, man. I would love to chop it up with you, and let's do so this weekend. Man. Crazy shit, man. That was an awesome night, though. I want to talk about that, man. Andrew took me to the casino. You know, he didn't even have to do that. I didn't know the first damn thing about going into a casino. And see, I could have been hit off rip going to the casino because we went to a casino out of state. When you go to a casino, they scan your ID. And, you know, if like when you get your name ran by the police, that automatically dings with the probation some kind of a way. I don't know the ins and outs of how that happens, but if you have any kind of an encounter with the police and you're on probation or parole, they already know about that shit before you even tell them. So when I came back, mind you, we got in a semi-high-speed chase that wasn't even a real high-speed chase because the police weren't coming for us, but we damn sure was acting like they was. You know, just brushing up on it. You know, you never know. You can never be too safe. Might as well just go if you think they're coming. But when I got back and I went to see my probation officer for the first time, I was nervous as, I I was a nervous Nilly sitting up in there. Talking to me like, hey, so how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. You got anything you want to tell me about? You know, they'll hit you with some interrogation-like questions just to see if you'll tell on yourself. Man, I weighed that shit heavy thinking I should tell this dude. Nah, well, you know what? I do actually have something to tell you. I left the state without your knowledge. That's an absconding charge, an absconding condition to be violated on, which is actually, aside from bringing back a charge or being caught in the possession of a firearm while on probation, is like the third worst way that you could violate your probation. You absconded, which means that probation and parole didn't have any idea where you were. So in their mind, you might as well have gone on the run. This man talking about, you got anything you want to tell me about? Man, I weighed that. I was like, nah, man, I ain't got shit I want to tell you about. I was ready to run out the damn office right there. Oh, man. I've seen people get arrested in the probation office. That shit is crazy. And I will never forget the time them people came to my house with the gang task force. Oh, my God, man. I'm in there filming YouTube videos. I get a knock at the door, sounding like the police. I'm ready to jump out the window, and I don't even know who it is. And I open the door, and was it my probation officer? I can't remember if it was my probation officer and this other dude, or if it was this other dude and another person. But all I remember is when I opened that door, man, this motherfucker was dressed like he was on SEAL Team 6. I'm living in the fucking hood. And dude comes to my door with a big ass SWAT uniform shit, the full 9. And right across his chest plate and his back, that shit says gang unit. I'm like, man, what the fuck you doing at my house? Y'all don't get the hell away. Man, I ain't in no gang. But what I didn't realize was they had me on gang probation. Yeah. All because of this dumbass tattoo that I got that I didn't even know what it meant, but they thought it was a gang. So from there, I go to my probation on my next visit, and I'm like, yo, man, you cannot do that. What do I look, man? You cannot do that. And he was like, hey, man, that's just protocol, man. That's what we have to do. So then, from there, probation was a wild ride for me, man. Yeah, man, I was in that white trash gang. I had just gotten beat up over a box of Swiss roll cakes. Dude was like, yeah, man, you should get this tattoo, man. It just means, you're a white dude. You ain't going to take no shit. I'm in my feelings. I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever, man. Get the damn tattoo. Next thing I know, I'm in prison. They've already photographed my tattoos years ago. And then years later, while I'm halfway through my incarceration, they're going to call me down to the investigator's office and be like, hey, we just wanted to meet you. And I'm like, meet me for what? They was like, because we ain't never met no Spanish dude that was in a white trash gang. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? They was like, that tattoo that you got, you're affiliated. I'm like, dude, I've met like one other guy in prison that got this tattoo, and he was soft as a bitch on the yard. And I kept my distance from that dude, and I covered that tattoo up like with my arm the whole time I was in there, because I ain't want no association with that. Dude saw me on the yard, was like, hey, yo, I got that same tattoo. Didn't tell me nothing about it. Next thing I know, I'm watching this dude get freaking damn near extorted and ran all over on the yard. I said, man, I'm never talking to that guy again. This shit should have been an OnlyFans right here. We going in tonight. Yeah, they called me down there. A Max says, which tattoo is it? This one that I got on my wrist right here. It's a little WT. Some dude made that shit up in the jail. But again, when he made it up, you know, I had heard about it after I got the damn thing. You know, dude was telling me, he was like, look, you know, you're just a white dude you ain't gonna take no shit. Again, I'm young as a bitch. I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. I just got jumped over a box of damn Swiss roll cakes. Sounds good. But anyways, they called me down to the investigator's office, and they were like, yeah, we just wanted to meet you. We never met a Guerrero who was in some white gang. And I'm like, gang? They was like, yeah, you're certified now. You're certified, pimp. I'm like, man, this shit crazy, man. I'm just trying to get the hell up out of here. I wasn't hanging out with none of them dudes. And matter of fact, any of them type of dudes who were like heavily affiliated with that shit, they weren't fucking with me anyways, just based off of my last name. And didn't know a damn thing about this tattoo. That was never even nothing that ever came up for me while I was serving time, because that's how non-existent that shit was. So fast forward from there, I go home. Gang task force shows up at my door while I'm on probation. They just wanted to check on me. That's all they wanted to do. You know, I'm like, dude, I'm in here filming YouTube videos about what it's like to be in prison. You want to be in a video? And I ended up getting called back to probation another time. And I can't remember if they really told me what it was for, or if I want to say that they did. They called me back to probation. They said, hey, you need to come back to probation on a time that was not a scheduled time. They said, we need to get pictures of your tattoos. That's what it was. They called me back for that. So I was like, okay, no big deal. I go in there and I figured they were taking pictures of everybody's tattoos. I didn't think I was anybody special, but I was, because I was in there with a bunch of gang dudes. You know, they're pulling up their shirts. They got the pitchforks. They got everything. The stars, the lightning bolts. And I'm like, man, what is this? And the crazy thing about it was the dudes who were there taking the pictures were the same dudes from the prison, the investigators at the prison. I was like, man, I better hurry up and fly right and get the hell up off of here, man, because this ain't what I'm trying to do at all. Wow, that's crazy how that whole thing went to left field. Andrew says, bro, you're missing some context. I'm sure I am. You could paint so much more light on that situation. Brian, this live has been a banger. Good stuff, Joe. This thing comes, completely off the cuff. No preparation for this whatsoever. It literally took me 40 minutes to get this computer to boot up, thinking about trying to do this live stream. And then I knew I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. So much stuff that has been going on. I haven't had a video up in 2 days. I can tell you, we're going to have videos up all weekend. We are going to be back on track. It's not for a lack of not having videos. We just ain't been able to get these things edited. And what I've been trying to do is find a dedicated video editor. Cody's not available. Can't get Cody back. I had another guy that was editing for me when I was doing Joe Does stuff, and he was kind of a sketchy type of a dude, to say the least. And even if I was able to get him, I don't know that he would be fast enough, because not only do I need a video editor, I need you to be fast as shit. You got to be faster than me, and I'm fast. But we got a bunch of videos. The After Prison Show movie should be coming out this weekend. The movie is called Prison Dream. I talked about it on the last live stream that I did. I've been doing the finishing touches on that, and then the next thing that I got to do is just finalize it. But it's pretty close to being done, and I hope it lives up to the hype. I put a lot into this thing. It probably won't, though. What else? We're going to be doing a lot more short form content. We're going to be doing a lot more work with Banky, and just so much powerful stuff. I've been sharing with you guys about this parole board stuff right here. And I'm going to go back to that because... Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going back to the parole board thing. I just found something that I didn't see when I first started looking at this. I'm going to share that with you guys. Let me read some of the stuff that I'm missing. Andrew, man, shout out to you again, brother. My first tattoo on your live was while we talked about what really happened. You giving me a prison? Oh, you're talking about an idea for that. I thought you were talking about something that we did because I was like, damn, I don't remember that. Yo, I ain't doing no tattoos no more, but that ain't a bad idea right there, man. Doing something like that for sure. Kalei, I can't pronounce your name. Where is Tom? A lot of people have been asking about Tom. Tom is like not lost. He just uploaded a video on his YouTube channel yesterday. He's been working with Matt. I haven't had the opportunity to get up with him. He's been busy. I've been busy, but there's like nothing else going on with that situation. Shout out to Tom. He's also been dealing with some things. I've been seeing that, and I've been talking with him too. And I'm just taking it, pretty slow with him, obviously, because of the fact that he has been dealing with, some mental stuff, but wishing the best for him, and hopefully we'll be able to get back together soon. Let me get back onto this parole information real quick because I just ran across something. So I was just telling you about this guy, David Lee Mills, who has served 43 years off of a 15-year prison sentence for robbery and weapons offenses. When I go to the second page, I see that this dude's institutional record is freaking crazy. And maybe this is where I saw what had been going on with him, but I don't remember seeing this. I shared with you the charges, robbery and 2 weapons offenses, but he's got almost another whole page of charges. And I feel like all of these charges came from him being in prison. Weapons offense, robbery, property crimes. He caught these charges in 1980, 1984, 1984, 1984, 1984. So he had a weapons offense, another robbery charge, a property crime, a weapons offense, a first-degree murder charge, another robbery, an abduction with no ransom. He got 10 years for that charge, a weapons offense, a grand larceny, an assault charge, and a possession of a weapon. The last charge that he caught was in 1995. He's been locked up for 43 years, 11 months, and 15 days. I can't guarantee that all of these charges didn't happen while he was in prison. Some of these charges maybe stem from the original shit that led him to prison in the first place. But I like to believe that some of these weapons offenses, this assault that happened in 1985, possession of a weapon in 1995, he got 3 years for that. I feel like that's something that could have happened while he was in prison. Oh, shoot, my back is killing me. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. It is freaking hot as shit out here, and I am dying. If it was a little cooler out here, Joe would try to take this thing all night long. I need y'all to know, though, that this parole information is going to play heavily into some stuff that we've got coming very soon here on After Prison Show. I don't want to get into that right this second because I'm going to wrap this thing up, but on the next video that you see with Banky, which should be sometime this weekend on After Prison Show, and I've got another video that I've helped him with for his channel that I need to get edited as well. Maya says, turn on the AC. Let's fucking... I got this thing on full blast. I can literally feel the wind hitting me. But, yo, it's like 97 degrees outside. I got this light beaming right down on me. If I turn this light off, well, now we're in the dark. And it's getting a little weird in here. Hey. Goat asked for a Lucky update. I will try to bring you one, but as for right now, I can't tell you anything in relation to him. And M says, bro, what short form content is not the way? They pay almost nothing and do terribly in the algorithm. You're halfway right there. They do pay nothing, but they do exceptionally well in the algorithm. You just gotta hit with the right shit. And today we spent 2 hours filming shorts. So just imagine how many 60-second videos we got out of 2 hours. Got a real interesting spin on shorts coming because, you know, we're going to bring our own thing to this. And hopefully, you know, we'll see. Hopefully we'll see. Maybe if we start seeing that shorts are, you know, getting the views and, I mean, shit, we could take a whole video and just make shorts out of it or something like that. We're not going to stop long-form content. I want to clarify that. But we have to adapt. Matter of fact, I filmed a video today. I actually filmed the video for my chair sponsorship today, too. I can't wait to share with you the promotion that I did for this. It's almost like an infomercial. But wait, there's more. It reclines. Shit. About flipped out backwards here. Jersey, shout out to you for being up here. 94 here in NC right now. You're right below me. And yeah, it's hot as shit out here right now. Susan, nope. Joe, After Dark could be a new thing for real. We could do like a radio show right here. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Love Below. Hey, yo, this one comes from Jody, dedicated to Lil Dukestain. Hey, y'all wait till you see what we did with these shorts. I literally got one edited right now on my phone. If I was trying to upload it during the time that this computer was taking forever trying to turn on. Aaron says, improvise, adapt, and overcome. I filmed a video today called Adapt and Survive, or Don't and Die. A very realistic prison rule, or, you know, thing that you got to do when you're serving time. Third Sidonian says, Joe collapsing from heat stroke. Probably would do a lot to revive my career here. But I got to wrap it up, man. It's hot, man. Look, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to rock with me on this thing. I jump on here for a number of reasons to let you guys know that I haven't had videos up in 2 days, but it's not for a lack of trying. We got a lot coming. We're just trying to logistically work out the things of filming, editing, uploading. We got plenty filmed, though. I want to give a very special shout out to all the channel members here. Thank you guys so much for being members of this channel. It means the world to me that you guys believe in this thing and want to rock with it. When this movie is done, which it could be done maybe even as soon as tomorrow, you will be the first to be seeing that. I am excited about this, and I hope that it lives up to the hype. Jesus, man, you did amazing 3DG. Joe with the lights out and the stories. Man, anything, man. Anything for you. I thought about doing prison stories around the campfire with the flashlight. And we gotta come correct, man. But we got something coming, and I promise. If I can get this first short uploaded tonight, you'll see a little bit about what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, it kind of involves a little what I got going on right behind me. You may notice it looks a little different behind me. Man, we rearranged the shit out of this shit. We filmed a podcast with Rabbit and Jellicoe and Jellicoe's girl a couple of days ago. Haven't even had a chance to look at that. We had 3 people in the podcast. We don't even have room to be doing 3 people. So that's why we rearranged everything. And then we needed this back location for whatever this could be. And when we get some of these shorts up, you'll see what we're talking about. Hey, thank you all again. I really appreciate y'all being here, man. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will look forward to sharing more with you just as soon as I possibly can. Should have a good video coming for you guys tomorrow. The movie should be coming out this weekend. I can't even believe I'm talking like we got a whole movie coming. It's really like a short film, but it's a freaking movie in my mind. It damn sure plays like one, that's for sure. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for taking the time. Let me stop beating around the bush, wrap this thing up before I do stroke out in here. I love you guys, and as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!